nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Ladies and gentlemen, 'tis the show for week 2, the live stream Sundays, every Sunday 11 a.m. Eastern time. But technically, this is the first Sunday of the season we're doing this because last Sunday I did a bucket list item where I flew up to New York to go see the U.S. Open men's final because the U.S. men's player made it for the first time in 18 years, and that's always been a bucket list item. I highly recommend creating a bucket list and then actually trying to check off those items, because goals are important in life. Hashtag goals. But yeah, if you're new here, first off, welcome. So how the show works in a nutshell is you drop your favorite specific individual NFL bet. I don't want to see like you dropping your own parlay in the chat. Just drop your single favorite bet. And I don't really care if anybody else has already mentioned it in chat or not, because there's multiple people liking the same thing. Then hey, that's a positive. But what we're going to do is we're going to build a 100x ROI or higher parlay. And this is called a dollar and a dream for a reason. Ladies and gentlemen, if you bet more than $1 on this, you're dumb. Stop doing that. We do not bet money to light it on fire like everybody else that only plays parlays. This is just a fun community event where we are specifically betting a single dollar and trying to turn it to $100 or more. Do not come after me with, oh, I lost $100 because that YouTube show. You dumb. Focus. This is called a dollar and a dream. It's not called $100 in a dream. It's called a dollar in a dream. Stick to the guidelines. And if you're like, Travis, that's actually an interesting thing. What more guidelines do you have? There are a ton of guidelines which keep our VIP community winning on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. There is a lot of educational stuff that we have already for you on the YouTube and the Discord, all that stuff. If you are watching this because you were exposed to it from, if YouTube was on you're scrolling through your feed and you found the YouTube live stream, or you found it through Facebook or whatever it may be, make sure you guys are doing the bare minimum. If you actually want to take betting seriously and you're tired of lighting money on fire, you have to do the bare minimum, and that's the free stuff. So the bare minimum, again, in case you're, well, not again if you're not watching this for the first time, the bare minimum is downloading the free-to-download PlayerProps.ai app. It's free to download. There's a million things on there that's free, especially all the education stuff that's free, like teaching you how to use it, teaching you how to bet on sports, teach you what to look for, all that good stuff. So downloading the PlayerProps.ai app. Then we also have creating a free PlayerProps.ai account, subscribing to the free PlayerProps.ai YouTube channel. Now, you should more than likely be watching this already on YouTube. If you're watching on a different service, hop over to YouTube, get into that chat, subscribe to that channel. And speaking of subscribing to the channel, if you didn't see in our Discord, we're doing a $5,000 cash and prizes giveaway. We did a $2,000 one when we launched our mobile app for the first time on the app stores. So we did a $2,000 one. That was, I don't know, maybe a couple months ago when we first launched the app. We're now doing a $5,000 cash and prizes giveaway. And it's a million times easier. All you have to do is subscribe to the gosh dang YouTube channel. Just click the sub button. That's it. If we hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the calendar month, which we have, like 15 days left. This is currently the halfway mark of September. You have about 15 days left. Subscribe to the channel, share to all your friends. If you're in other betting communities, share it to those communities as well. If we get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of September, then we're going to be doing another $5,000 cash and prizes giveaway. But now that I've seen a lot of you guys tune in and a lot of you guys drop your picks, we're now going to go through and build a parlay. We're not trying to build a parlay that has a 0% chance of hitting. And then you might be asking, okay, how do I know if a parlay's got a 0% chance of winning? We teach you how to read odds in our Discord, especially. There's a tool, a Discord bot called the Implied Chance bot, or the channel's just called Implied Chance, and you can put a parlay, the total parlay odds. You can put individual bet odds, and it'll automatically spit out, this is what the implied chance of that. Because a lot of people don't realize that when you see minus 120 or plus 200, that's just, there's a math equation to just tell you what that's supposed to mean. It means the sportsbook gives that odds, or this bet outcome, a 55% chance of hitting. So when you do a 30 pick parlay and you throw in the odds, it's more than likely going to say you have a less than 0.1% chance. So if you want to play around with that and figure out what parlays or what bets have a higher chance of winning, and try to learn how to read odds, definitely recommend that free tool in the free Discord, which I don't know if I mentioned that before, but one of the bare minimum things is joining the free Discord. I feel like I got something in my eyeball. It's probably an eyelash. Go figure. But yeah, so speaking of college football, which I know we didn't bring that up and nobody spoke of it yet, but I'm going to segue to that. UCF had an amazing comeback victory. It was our largest second half comeback in school history, so that was fun. We have PlayerProps.ai pulled up on the site. This stuff, so receiving yards for NFL is 1,000,000% free to use. If you download the the free to download PlayerProps.ai app. You create your free PlayerProps.ai account. All the stuff you see on the screen at this very millisecond, all these goodies is free to use. We give you receiving yards 100% free, so you can use that to learn and then use the video content we put out on a daily basis to learn how to use the tools. So let's now get into the good stuff and figure out what we want to do. So I'm going to scroll to the top here. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Make sure you subbed yet if you haven't, unless you hate money. If you hate money, this betting may not be for you. It may not be for you. But yeah, make sure you sub to the channel because, again, 5,000 subs equals $5,000 cash and prizes giveaway, but it has to be before September ends. And then make sure you click a thumbs up on the live stream as well, because Facebook likes when you react positively and it sends it to other people, and growing is the only way that we take over the world. All right, what's the first thing we have in here? Rich says, what's up, Trev? I'm rolling with Juszczyk. I always say this guy's name wrong. Are you rolling with him to get an anytime touchdown, or what specifically? Christian Torres says Kyle over receiving yards. So, of course, we see him on the top here. And then we also know that CMC is not just out for this week, but he was placed on the IR, which is crazy. I feel like if you're still drafting CMC number 1 overall in your fantasy draft, you just aren't paying attention at this point. Yes, he's an amazing running back. Yes, he's a crazy PPR running back. He catches a lot of balls out of the backfield. Stop drafting people with crazy injury history. So what I mentioned when I do my my daily shows, which hopefully you already locked in, are Sunday Best Play, which is a video we dropped 3 or 4 days ago. Hopefully you already locked in the Monday Night Football Best Play, which is a video we dropped on Friday. So make sure that you are paying attention when the videos drop, so you can see all that good stuff. But yeah, so Kyle here, he's at 7.5 as a receiving yards line on FanDuel. I'm not sure what he is. Let's see what he is on DraftKings real quick. This is the easiest way to check both, is just going to the single page and then going here. So he's actually less on DraftKings. So for the show, just for the sake of keeping everything in a clean bet slip, I'm going to be using FanDuel. But keep in mind that DraftKings has the better odds, or not the better odds, the better line. But just to keep things clean, we're going to focus on that. So everybody seems like Kyle. What I mentioned on all of the receiving shows that I do is you can do whatever you want to do. Me personally, I do not like receiving yards lines that are like really, really low. Whether they're fullback lines, running back lines, or just 4-string receiver lines. That's a personal choice. In week 1, all of our lowest receiving yards lines that were popping up top on the PlayerProps.ai, the previous screen, you know what I mean? This screen here. So all of the top low receiving yards lines, they all hit. Like the top 3 and Thursday night, Friday night, Sunday, and Monday. So it's not saying that they're not going to hit, because our AI and our tools, and this is like the best app in the history of the world, right? But I personally don't really like this. Can Kyle get 1 reception and get it for 8 yards and hit on the first play of the game? Sure. But for the sake of this parlay, a lot of people are liking Kyle over receiving yards. The fact that Mason's starting again and Kyle always seems to be a PPR or a receiving machine. I mean, his only, let's see here. Yeah, so the only game of the season, he had 40. And you see here, he's consistently in this type of offense, getting, there's only roughly 2 games he didn't. I mean, Seattle didn't get any receptions, but still. Especially with CMC out, I feel like Kyle's going to get a lot of opportunities to get at least 8 receiving yards. So let's go ahead and add him here. Again, the line is 6.5 on DraftKings. If you are single betting him, make sure you're betting the lowest line possible. You don't want to get 7.5 on FanDuel if DraftKings is available in your state, and then all of a sudden he hits exactly 7 yards and you lose on FanDuel but would hit on DraftKings. Make sure you're always line shopping. Hold on. Oh. I was like, why am I not finding what I want? All right. Where are you, Kyle? 7.5. Again, the line is better on DraftKings, but for the sake of keeping things clean in one bet slip, we are using FanDuel for today. Let's continue. All right. Multiple people like Kyle. You got it. Brad, again, you have to pick your single I do not want to see you guys dropping 4 or 5 plays in the chat. Pick your single favorite bet. So Brad, I'll come back to you. Pick your single bet. You just dropped 4. That's not what I said to do. Budacris said Goff over 1.5 yards rushing. Let's look at that. What I did here is I just chose. You can choose the individual game to only show the individual players, and we go to rushing yards. So he's a plus 100 to go over 1.5. I mean, he got 7. This is so when quarterbacks have an extremely low rush yards line, whether it's 0.5 or 1.5. This is completely situational based. There's nothing that is designed pre-game or the pre-game game script for Jared Goff to leave the line of scrimmage with the ball still in his hand. So, especially when he's got really good running backs. And I know that if you're looking at the percentage difference here, you have to also take into account that the percentage difference is astronomically high because his line's only 1.5. But if you look at the true difference, which is the actual difference between his line and the projection, it's only like 1.79, and the sportsbooks aren't favoring him going over either. So I don't really like that one. I don't think I'm going to add that in there, but I do appreciate you dropping it in. All right, Peter says Brian Robinson Jr. over receiving yards. Brian Robinson Jr., which is Washington, receiving yards. Okay, so the sportsbooks give him a coin flip chance of going over and under, so they don't favor either side, it is what it is. He's got a really low line. His percentage difference is pretty high at 107%, but again, let's look at the actual difference. What's 23.75 minus 11.5? It's what, 12.25? Can he get this on one catch out of the backfield? Yeah. I actually think this is going to be one of the most interesting games to watch because I really think the Giants are going to have a ton of passing yards. I don't know if they're going to win. I just think that they're going to have a ton of passing yards, which, if you saw our favorite play today, that's what the AI is thinking as well. Speaking of which, before we continue to look at Brian Robinson receiving yards, let's go ahead and throw in our play of the day. For those who have not watched the YouTube show that we dropped on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we dropped the show. If you haven't seen it on a show for today that we dropped on Wednesday, I don't know what you're doing. Hold on, I got to go backwards. So our play of the day, which here's a golden nugget for you tuning in now. You don't have to go back and watch it. I'll just tell you what it is that's right now is I know his name's not Wandelay, but I like calling him Wandelay. Wandelay Robinson over receiving yards. Why can't I find him? Did I not click the right thing? What? Is he not? What am I missing here? Why is there no... Oh my gosh, I'm on the wrong week. How did that even happen? How does that even happen? I hate myself sometimes. All right, 40.5. I think his line when we did the video was like 37, so people are definitely betting the over. The line has moved, so we'll add him there. And then let me make sure yeah, his line has moved a little bit. Maybe I'll play... What was his line on the show? I'm trying to remember. Do we have alt receiving yards for him? The only other option is 25 plus, minus 300. Yeah, I don't like that his line moved, but we'll just click him there for the sake of it. But Brian Robinson Jr. is an okay play, so we're going to click him there as well. Keep going through the list here. McConkey over 43.5 receiving yards. Brandon Jones. Yeah, I was looking at that earlier this morning. McConkey is on the Chargers. Hey, we actually have a picture for him now. I feel like we just had a little logo there because his little rookie self. But yeah, this is a massive, massive projection difference. I still feel like the sportsbooks aren't keeping up with him. I think he does pretty well, and he only needs 45 to hit. We're not betting on him to get 84. We're betting on him to get 45, right? So I do like McConkey there. I feel like Carolina is going to put up a fight, but if you saw for our $14 million survivor pool, if you read the comments and in the Discord, I did mention that even though on the video I was talking about how I heavily favored Houston Texans for my survivor pick, before lock we actually went with the Chargers because we're not going to have a ton of opportunity this season to play the Chargers in survivor, so we might as well take them against one of the worst teams in the NFL. So yeah, we went with the Chargers today, so we definitely have to have them win. But McConkey, over receiving yards, I like it. Again, make sure that if you're single betting these or whatever you're doing, you're always shopping lines. Look at FanDuel, look at DraftKings, whatever state you're in, look at all of the available options. Get the best line possible. Chargers, here we go. Receiving yards, receiving props, receiving yards, McConkey, 43.5, lock it in. So right now, our dollar is turning into $7.78. So we're going to keep going until a dollar is at least turning into $100 or more, hence the 100x parlay. Naza Haynes says Breece Hall anytime touchdown. Let's look at Breece Hall on PlayerProps.ai, shall we? Anytime touchdown, Breece. Where do the Jets play? They play 1 p.m.? Oh, there we go. So yeah, he is projected to get 1.39 touchdowns, and his line is only 0.5. So he is the highest anytime touchdown, of course, for that game projection-wise. And that's actually probably one of the highest anytime touchdown projections of anybody. Let's check. Yeah. Wait. No. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, I was right. Breece Hall is literally the highest anytime touchdown projection of the entire Sunday slate. 1.39. The next highest is James Conner, 1.29. So yeah, let's go ahead and lock in Breece Hall here. Jets, where are you? There we go. Touchdown score props, anytime touchdown, Breece Hall. Lock it in. Don likes Rashee Rice, anytime touchdown. Rashee Rice. So if you didn't see the news earlier, a couple days ago, Hollywood Brown, Kansas City receiver, is not expected to play at all in the regular season. So if he was any higher than his line, we can consider him. But because he was targeted a ton in the Week 1 game, I give you that. But he's actually got a 0.48 projection on the site, and I don't want to do anything that is a negative difference if we're going over. So I will not be locking Rashee Rice. But I was saying earlier is that we got news that Hollywood Brown's not playing the entire season, regular season. So if you drafted Xavier Worthy, congrats. You now have one of the best receivers in the league, on one of the best offenses in the league. I mean, one of the best receivers, one of the fast receivers. We don't know if he's the best yet. Drew Farr says Tony Pollard over 12.5 rushing attempts. I have to remember what team he's on now. It's like, wait a second. What? Rushing attempts. So with this, we have to figure out what is the game script in our heads. What do we think is going to happen with the Tennessee and New York Jets game? Do we think the Jets are going to steamroll them? Because if the Jets steamroll them, then Tony Pollard's not going to be getting his 12.5 rushing attempts. But if it's a close game, or if the Tennessee Titans do win, then I think he can get 13 there. But I don't really like this. He's kind of in a timeshare thing. In the first game, he got 16. These games are on a different offense with Dallas, where he's still in a kind of a timeshare scenario. But he did get 16 here. What's the line for the Jets right now? Hold on, let me go. Okay, so the Jets are favored. Titans are at home. 4.5 is a close-ish game. I just don't like how we'll put him in there for now, but I'm not a huge fan of him only having. He has a less than a 1.0 difference. I feel like we can find better plays. I'll keep that in the back pocket. We're not going to add him just yet. Don says Jaden Reed over 31.5 rushing. Do you mean receiving? Or does Jaden Reed actually have a 31.5 rushing line? Something tells me you meant receiving. I don't think that man's got a... Yeah, you meant receiving yards. He doesn't have available line for that. All right, let's look at Jaden Reed receiving yards real quick. Gosh dang it. Scroll. What am I looking at? Green Bay. I wonder if his line just updated because I'm not seeing it here. So it's probably in the middle of an update. So I want to keep going. We're going to keep moving on here. Jonathan Taylor, anytime touchdown. Jonathan Taylor. Oh, we're already on that game. Yeah, okay. So dating back to last season, he's done this 5 straight games. He's got 1 touchdown. Not 2, not 0, but 1. His projection is almost 1.94, which when you're doing anytime touchdowns, that's 87% difference, which is pretty good. So I don't hate that one. We'll go ahead and lock him in and continue adding more plays. So right now we have a 12x parlay, but when we add in Jonathan Taylor, anytime touchdown, we now have a 20x parlay. So you see how this works? We're going to keep continuously going higher and higher and higher. We're not going to try to do a 1,000,000x parlay. We're trying to get to 100x or higher. Genzo, I like that. So what they did is they not only said their favorite play, but they also mentioned the PlayerProps.ai percentage difference before I even had to look it up. But I'll still look it up anyway for everybody's watching here on the screen. But yeah, if you include data and projection and difference from PlayerProps.ai in the play, that just makes me want to look at it more. So props to you, Genzo. Prescott over 1.5 passing touchdowns. FanDuel. And if this is your first time tuning in, first off, welcome again. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Once we get to 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, we're doing a $5,000 cash and prizes giveaway, but it has to hit 5,000 before the end of the month of September. Make sure you download this PlayerProps.ai app. It's free to download. The account's free to create, and there's a ton of stuff on the app that you can actually use 100% free. So if you are taking betting seriously, make sure that you have the app and you're applying yourself. Because if you don't download the app and you don't subscribe to the YouTube channel, that's you telling yourself, I don't really care about betting that much. I don't care that I'm lighting money on fire. You got to do the free stuff if you want to try to start taking this seriously and start actually making money betting on sports. We were looking up Dak Prescott passing touchdowns. Where is Dallas? What time do they play? There we go. 41% percentage difference, 2.12. Derek Carr's got a pretty nice difference as well. The sportsbooks are not giving me an implied chance. They're not favoring going over 1.5, but this is telling me this game might be a shootout, which is always nice. I don't hate that, so I'm glad we found that as well. We'll keep that in our back pocket. But yeah, I'll add Dak Prescott. 1.5 passing touchdowns. Keep it coming. Keep dropping them in the chat. All right, keep going until we hit 100x. Dak Prescott, where are you? It's a 1 p.m. game. Oh, of course, they're at the top. Passing props, passing touchdowns. Good old Dacky Dak. So now we have a 49x parlay. We're halfway there, ladies and gentlemen. We're halfway there. All right, I have Jonathan Taylor. Again, if you type in 2 or more bets, I'm going to skip over you completely. The rules of the game. You drop your ultimate favorite. I don't want your 2 favorites. I don't want your 30 favorites. You drop your favorite. You have to have a number 1 favorite play. If you have more than that, I will skip over. Lou Rock says, I like Justin Fields over 14.5 pass completions. Well, let's just look that up. Who's now on Pittsburgh. And they are playing at 4:25 p.m. Pass completions. Nope. AI does not agree with that play. Moving on. As you see here, you can see this on screen. So he's at 14.5. AI saying he's going to get to 12.96. The AI has to be in agreement for us to lock it in. DYI Dad says, can we check Jameson Williams over 46 receiving yards? So again, receiving yards is completely free. So you need to check Jameson Williams receiving yards by downloading the app, creating a free account, and using the free stuff available to you. So DYI Dad, you please go to the PlayerProps.ai app. You look up Jameson Williams, and then let me know in the chat what his AI projection is and differences, and then we will consider moving there. Vast says Kyle is only 4.5 on Hard Rock bets. Well, we're definitely locked that in on Hard Rock Sportsbook. San Francisco playbook is built around CMC in the run. Mason's a great play for anytime touchdown rushing yards. Kid is a monster. I don't want to do 2, even though I know fullback is not a running back in the same way that we bet on running backs or halfbacks. But I don't want to do Mason anytime touchdown and Kyle receiving yards. Let's see. Dobbins anytime touchdown. I think we had a few people in chat, especially Stephanie was mentioning she really liked Dobbins anytime touchdown. And he is on Chargers. We don't have any we do have a Chargers prop in terms of receiving yards, but it's receiver. He's got a smidge here. So he got a lot of work in the first game. I drafted Gus Edwards thinking that he was going to get the most work because J.K. Dobbins is injury prone, and he still might if J.K. Dobbins gets hurt. But, I mean, the projection's saying that he's favored to get maybe 1 touchdown. The AI, or the sportsbooks are giving him a 38% implied chance of getting a touchdown. So I know if we lock in the plus 160, that it will definitely shoot our ROI from 48x to a lot higher. So let's look at that here. Touchdown score props. J.K. Dobbins is he's tied with Gus Edwards. Yeah, they're both tied. So I didn't watch the Chargers game. Did they ever get a goal line carry? Did they ever get to the 1 yard line? Is what I'm trying to say, to score a touchdown? Because I know J.K. Dobbins had a lot of long rushes for touchdowns. But I feel like Gus is the goal line back. And I don't like the fact that both of these have the equal odds for anytime touchdown. Also, the same odds for first touchdown. I'm not going to lock that in just yet. Let's see. Okay, Brad picked his favorite play. He's back with his favorite play. He said Cooks anytime touchdown. Brandon Cooks, which we already have Dak Prescott over 1.5. So, hey, maybe out of his 2 touchdowns he's passing for, maybe he's going to pass one of them Brandon Cooks. So I'll create a little correlation play here that out of his 2 or more touchdown passes, I keep skipping over, I know they're up here, one of them are going to go to Brandon Cooks. But before we do that, let's look up here real quick. Skip over it. I'm guessing he's. Oh, there we go. I thought I was like, did I skip over it? How are these people up top and my brain is still skipping over them? I'm going all the way to the bottom. Okay, so Brandon Cooks, 0.84 projection. It's a really nice projection for anytime touchdown. Anything higher than 0.5 is something we consider. Of course, CeeDee Lamb's got higher, but this payout is pretty juicy here at the 260. So I know when we lock him in, we might actually get straight to where we need. Yeah, so that alone puts us, you can see here on screen, right? Yeah. So you see here the screen in the bottom right, we only have 8 legs and we're already at 115x parlay. So we don't need to continue to hit our goal. But I'm gonna scroll. So we have the parlay. Wait, how did it just go from 6 to 8? What just happened? Why did Lad's receiving yards just get grayed out? All right, while FanDuel figures its crap out, I'm gonna scroll through the rest of these and see if there's anything that jumps out. Yeah, we have Prescott already locked him in. Is it Alukie? Says, when is this parlay actually starting? So every Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern time, you're on the YouTube, you're in here, you're putting your 2 cents in, or if you don't want to put any plays and just watch, you can do that as well. But this is for Sunday games. So we don't pay attention to if it's 1 p.m., 4 p.m., or Sunday Night Football. We're just locking in a Sunday parlay. It can have things that start at 1 p.m., which a lot of the stuff here does. It could have 4 p.m. games. So technically, I guess the answer to your question is, when is this starting? It's starting in an hour and a half, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Can folks on other streaming services be seen? There are plays in that chat also, maybe. Yeah, so this chat technically is going other locations, but as I mentioned, the YouTube chat is how you get your play talked about or brought up on stream. You can watch me anywhere you want to, but you gotta comment on the YouTube chat to get them in. Again, we're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, so you should be already subscribed to that anyway. We already have that one. I don't really... So, Chandra... I think I said that right. Anthony Richardson over 34.5 yards for longest pass. I am personally not a fan of longest passes. I do believe they can be scripted into the game where you can, like, okay, so if this is a situation, we're going to throw a deep bomb or whatever. But I know when they're throwing Hail Marys, that's possible. But I don't know. I don't like longest passes game. All right, I'm going to continue looking through here. Would I turn up the mic? Lukier, turn up your volume. If you're at peak volume and you can't hear me, you need a new phone. That's all I can tell you. My mic is, look at this. I'm literally eating my microphone while I'm talking to you guys. I can't do any better than that. I can't. Jaden Daniels over rushing yards. He is one of my fantasy QBs. The AI doesn't like it. So you see here his line's 50. AI seems at 46. AI doesn't like it. We can't lock that in. Gibbs, anytime touchdown. He's dual threat on the goal line, run and pass game. I do not hate that play, but what I do hate is a true running back committee share. Yes, he can get goal line carries, but David Montgomery can also get goal line carries. So Gibbs isn't like... Gibbs is more of the receiving back, but I guarantee you, when we finally lock in Gibbs, David Montgomery's going to score a touchdown, and Gibbs is not going to get one. And then if next week we lock in David Montgomery, Gibbs is going to get the touchdown. So I don't know what happened with Ladd here, so we're just going to take him out, and maybe we'll add in Gibbs anytime touchdown now. But I guarantee you he's going to be the one that's... If we hit everything except for one, it's going to be Gibbs. It's going to be Montgomery vulturing all of Gibbs' touchdowns. Gibbs is like a slight favorite over Montgomery. But yeah, that puts us at exactly 100x. That Gibbs won. Actually, no, we've checked all of... Every prop we've locked in, we've checked it on PlayerProps.ai, so I'm going to do that before we lock in Gibbs. See, this is what I'm talking about. So I know this is a super small difference, but David Montgomery has a 0.02 higher projection than Gibbs. I can't lock him in. I can't do it. I don't like the equality between those two there. There's a lot of people asking me to pull up specific people on the screen, That is just you being lazy. I need you to download the app. You need to hashtag apply yourself. You need to look at these plays yourself on the app. The app is free to download. It's free to create an account. Receiving yards for NFL, for college football is a free stat. You don't have to pay a single penny to do any of those things. You don't have to pay a single penny to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You don't have to pay a single penny to jump in the free Discord. So, again, I'm not going to pull things up on screen so you can see what the projections are when you can do that yourself. We're just going through what people already like, they're already looking at, they're already locking in, and we're trying to build a sexy parlay. What just happened? What just got removed here? Oh, we took off Gibbs. I was like, wait a second, I swear we had a 100x parlay. Batista said Trey Palmer, Trey Palmer, 9.5 receiving yards. That can't be right. Why is his line so low? Cardinals, right? Arizona. Cardinals tight end. Oh, I'm thinking Trey McBride. I was like, there's no way Trey McBride has a 9.5 receiving yards line. Trey Palmer. Oh, the Tampa Bay. Oh, yeah, he had a pretty good postseason with Tampa Bay as well. So his projection's at 30.98, and this is what they were calling out in the chat. So, yeah, I was like, there's no way Trey McBride has a 9.5 line. So, yeah, his projection is over 3 times his line. The true difference is roughly, what, 21.4? Trey Palmer, Tampa Bay. I really don't want to lock in these low lines, but we'll consider him. All right. Receiving props, receiving yards. Trey Palmer over 9.5. We're back to 113x. All right, what else we got here? DY Dad, you checked? You wanted my opinion? Oh, I got you. I was just making sure that nobody's trying to sneak in here and get some PlayerProps.ai data without doing their own due diligence. Because we're here about teaching people how to find picks themselves and how to research using the PlayerProps.ai app. So if you haven't even done that yet, we got to catch you up to speed. You got to get the app first. I missed the last parlay like this. The last one put together of hitting. No, we didn't hit the. We didn't do one for Sunday because I wasn't available on Sunday. But Monday night's the last one we did. Oh, speaking of which, we're doing the exact same show. You guys tuning in, you're watching this. We're doing the exact same show on tomorrow night. We're targeting 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, which is 45 minutes before game starts. So if you're like, hey, this is cool, you get to see what people are thinking about. We get to pull up PlayerProps.ai and play around with it. Tomorrow, same thing, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you schedule it. You already set your alarm for it tomorrow. Gardner Minshew, McConkey. Yeah, it's weird that McConkey's line closed. Like, I guess everybody started hammering the over, and then FanDuel and all the other books. Now you're saying I'm too loud. The sound just went up, but it's been low. My volume maxed. You're still quiet. Batista, you're a liar. Well, okay. My microphone's here. So when I'm talking to you guys and I'm looking at my chat, my microphone's here. You see a little boom right here. When I'm turning this way and talking to things, my audio is here. So that's probably why it gets quieter. But just have me on full blast. Mo, you get it together. Taysom Hill over 15.5 rushing yards. Yeah, apply yourself. Exactly. Yeah, when I saw Trey Palmer, I was thinking Trey McBride. But yeah, I know Trey Palmer's line's lower. Could you please scroll up so we can see the rest of the picks? Yes, we'll do that here. Najee Harris over 6.5 receiving yards. They're just deaf. You're fine. Maybe just plug in earbuds or just wear like your Beats by Dre or whatever it may be. Okay, so we have 111x parlay. Again, please, if you're going to listen to one thing today, do not bet more than $1 on this. This show is called A Dollar and a Dream for a specific reason. Don't do it, because you're going to be like, you know what, this looks good. I'm put 10 bucks on it. And then you lose 10 bucks and it screws up your bankroll management. Maybe you're new here and you're like, what does bankroll management even mean? How do you apply that? How does that work? Well, welcome. Get into the free Discord. You download the free PlayerProps.ai app. You create your account. You log in. In the bottom right of the app, it says Discord. You tap on that button. You get in the free Discord. You sync your accounts together. It opens up all the free Discord channels. And then you go through all those channels. And then your brain goes from a betting IQ of whatever it is now, and it triples up overnight. We are all about making sure that you know exactly what you're doing when it comes to betting, and that you yourself can find winning plays using the PlayerProps.ai research app. But let's go through we have 8 picks here. So typically when it's 10 or lower, that's kind of where I like to stay in. The only thing that was like weird was I wanted to plug in our play of the day, but because Robinson's line increased a lot because everybody was hammering it, because so many people watch my YouTube shows, we move lines. We went and did his alt line, so that's the only reason why that exists here. But I still wanted to have him on the slip because I know he's going to hit. Okay, let's review. Dak Prescott over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Brandon Cooks anytime touchdown score. I feel like these are a nice little correlation play. We have Robinson over 25 plus receiving yards, which again is an alt line. If you have anything around 25 or 30 available on your sports book, that's kind of what we're looking at. His current line is 40.5. We do not want to play that. We want to play his line that we had when we first made the video. The quicker you watch my YouTube shows when they drop, the quicker you get the better lines. Brian Robinson over 11.5 receiving yards, which I'm not incredibly in love with, because I feel like Austin Eckler is going to get more and more of a role in this offense, and he is the better receiving back. We have good old Kyle Juszczyk over 7.5 receiving yards. It's 6.5 on DraftKings, 4.5 on Hard Rock. Make sure you are shopping the best lines and not just locking in everything on one sportsbook for Kingdom Come. Breece Hall, anytime touchdown scorer. Jonathan Taylor, anytime touchdown scorer. And the last one was Trey Palmer, Tampa Bay, over 9.5 receiving yards. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to see, is there anybody? So that my least favorite on this is Brian Robinson, because Austin Eckler is going to get more and more receiving yards. Free play? Bad Pew Boy, what do you... I mean, did you pay to join this YouTube chat? Because essentially this is a free play. I had a few people saying Minshew over passing yards. If the AI really likes him, we might replace Brian Robinson with Minshew passing yards. What am I missing here? Las Vegas. Okay, so his line is 200 on FanDuel anyway. I mean, I don't know what it is on DraftKings. Oh, it's even better on DraftKings. It's 199.5. But the AI saying is get 238, which is a nice... When you get a 20% difference or higher on a starting quarterback passing yards, that's typically pretty good. So I think I like that more than Brian Robinson here. Let's go back to that. And I know that this is... Because I'm doing this at the end, he's going to be the only person that doesn't cover his line. Okay. We're at 122x right now. Let's review one more time. Dak Prescott over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Brandon Cooks, anytime touchdown scorer. Kyle Juszczyk, over 7.5 receiving yards. Robinson, 25 plus yards. It's an alt line receiving yards. Anything your book offers around 25 or 30 is fine. Breece Hall, anytime touchdown scorer. Jonathan Taylor, anytime touchdown scorer. Trey Palmer, over 8.5 receiving yards. Did his line just go down one? I swear we put him in, he was at 9.5. We'll take the lower line, thank you. And then Gardner Minshew over 200.5 passing yards. They're going to be down most of the game. They're going to be nonstop passing. He should be able to get at least 200. He should. He's not the worst quarterback in the world either. I don't know if I want to... Lad McConkey. So we had Lad McConkey. Maybe Maybe we'll do 9 picks. So we had this guy in our parlay, if you're just tuning in later, and like the sportsbooks took his line away. Yeah, it's locked. But they're saying you can do his alt line. Like, why? Why did this happen? So wait, what was his line originally? It was like 43? I feel like this is the betting gods giving us an omen to make sure that Lad's not on our thing. No. It was a sign. I'm taking it as a sign. I'm taking it as a sign. Okay. So, I know we've played around here a little bit at the end, moving things around. Again, for the millionth time, this is the final 8 picks. We're not adding, we're not removing. This is what we're locking in for our dollar and dream. Do not bet more than $1 on this. I'll beat you up in the alleyway. I'll take out your kneecaps. I'll do it. Dak Prescott over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Brandon Cooks anytime touchdown score. Kyle Juszczyk over 7.5 receiving yards. Robinson of the Giants, 25-plus alt receiving yards line. Breece Hall anytime touchdown score. Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown score. Trey Palmer over 8.5 receiving yards. Gardner Minshew over 200.5 passing yards. Make sure if you haven't yet that you've clicked a thumbs up on this video, you subscribe to this channel. Again, we're doing a $5,000 cash and prizes giveaway once this YouTube channel hits 5,000 subscribers, but it has to hit that number before the end of the month. You guys have 15 days to smash the sub button and get every single person you know on planet Earth to also smash the sub button so we can get to 5,000 before the end of the month. And then tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, this exact same thing we just did, we're doing it again for Monday Night Football. So tune in 7:30. And it's going to run pretty much till kickoff because it's going to end right before kickoff. It's not going to be this long. There's only one game to go through. But yeah, we hope you guys had a great time. We wish you all good luck. Once this 8-pick parlay hits, if you are not signed up for premium, you signed a blood oath, a blood pact with the brand that when this hits, you are 100% signing up and upgrading your account to premium for PlayerProps.ai. That is the blood pact we just made. If I make you $118 profit, you spend a small portion of that, you upgrade, and we'll see you in the premium channels in Discord. But good luck today, guys. I hope everything hits for you. Specifically, we need the Chargers to beat the Panthers. I don't care if it's by 1 point. Chargers have to win for the Survivor. We're trying to win $14 million if you didn't watch that podcast earlier this week. That's all I got for you, kids. I hope that you hit everything you bet on. Unless everything you bet on is the opposite of this parlay, then I don't hope you hit any of those. But good luck, guys. We'll see you in the Discord. Get into it. It's free. Download the free PlayerProps.ai app. Have a good Sunday. We'll see you guys tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m.